Hello, and welcome to Autism Talk. Thank you so very much once again for watching my videos on my YouTube channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And don't forget, as you share, make sure they subscribe, okay? And watch the videos. I need your likes, all right? I need your likes. I need to know somebody out there watching them that I'm doing what it is that I'm set out to do, okay? Get this information out to as many people as possible. All right. I hope all is well with you and thank you for tuning in again. Today, I was thinking about sharing how I actually got interested in teaching, learning, experiencing um, people with autism. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I was kind of thrown into it, right? I don't think it was an actual choice, but it just was around me, and I was surrounded with it and by it, and so it just sparked that interest. Like, I want to know why, and there wasn't much that I heard about it, so it was like I gotta find out what is this? What does that mean? I never heard this before, things like that. It all started out with my own godchild. Yes, my own godchild, which is actually my first child, was born before my own child. And I was head over heels with this child in the mom's womb. Okay. In the mom's womb. Like this was my child, no matter what. Um, and mother was, my best friend. And once she did have complications with her pregnancy that she did. She was on bed rest and everything. Like she literally couldn't get up and do anything. When it did come time for her to deliver the baby, for him to be born, there were complications. He was actually born with his arteries crossed, so he had heart trouble. Um, it was difficult. It really was. And I know before then, I used to hear people say, I just wish I hope I have a baby girl or a baby boy, or I don't care what I have, long as he got 10 toes and 10 fingers, stuff like that. So, that was the wish too. But after my godson was born, I changed that statement to, I just need them, my baby to be born alive. Okay. Just born alive. That's all I'm looking for. So, anyways, he was born. He ended up having the surgery on, at birth and everything. But I know it sounds sorry and drab and everything, but he still he survived. He's alive. He's in his 30s now, and I'm doing fantastic. Okay. So I'll just jump to the end. All right. But now I'm gonna go back to the beginning. So as he grew, and got older, as an infant, we just babying him, right? Because oh, he's so precious and everything. But as he grew, became a toddler and everything, all was well, as we could see. And then there were things as he got older, let's say, I want to say about preschool age, we started noticing things. At first, we were just like, oh, that's what kids do, blah, blah. But we just start noticing things that weren't changing. Um, he wanted to, when it came to potty training, that was difficult for us to potty train him. And we ended up potty training him, but he would only use the potty to do number one, to urinate. But when it came down doing number two, defecating, we had to put a pamper on him. He wouldn't do it in the toilet. He was afraid of the toilet. He wouldn't sit on the stool or even on the little potty that we have. He would not. He just would not. I mean, and have a fit. And we're like, boy, sit on it. Like we don't know. We're trying to force him. But he was out, beating us. And it's like, I can't get this boy on this toilet. So that was one thing. So, we caved and we, put a diaper on him, whatever, and he would poop in the diaper and he'd be just fine. Okay. But when it came to him urinating, he would, let you know, I gotta use the bathroom. And even when he had to boo boo, he let you know. But that was letting us know, put a pamper on or pull up or, or get him to the potty. So that was one thing that we found kind of strange, slightly. We thinking he just being stubborn, right? Then something else he would do. We were living in an apartment at that time, and um it was hot, like one summer or whatever. It was hot, you got the door open and everything. And he would freak out when flies came in. If there was a fly or a bug, oh my gosh, this boy just had a fit. And we was like, what is wrong? Like, it's just a fly. But that was even before we knew it was the bugs, right? Once we found out it was the bug, a fly, a ant, or whatever it may be, then it's like, it's just, it's not going to harm you. Oh, he just had a fit, a tantrum, the whole thing. So we had to keep the door closed or put a screen door up so that we can have the door open and, so the bugs won't get in. But ooh, I had never seen and I would call it a tantrum. That would be the name I use back then. Like, he's having a tantrum. So, that was another thing. And then we started noticing when he talks to us or he communicating with us, he wasn't looking at us. It's like he's looking everywhere else. And he would like, yeah, well, can I have I want my baba. Can I have a bottle? Or I'm hungry. I want to eat. But he wouldn't, but we didn't think nothing of it from the beginning. But then we just start paying attention. And then we start taking his face like, what you say? Like trying to get him to look at us, and his eyes go like that. Like, for me right now, I'm laughing, but at that time, I'm telling you how frustrating it was for us, okay? Like, really. Um, and we knew nothing about autism, okay? The spectrum, anything like that. So there were other things too. And he had this interest in sports. Oh my goodness. I don't care what sport it was, golf, basketball, football, baseball, cricket. I mean, stuff that I'm like, what is that? He just, he knew everything about it. And if it was on TV, he was like just glued to the TV, whether it was standing, sitting, or whatever. And so, he had all the golf clubs, the toy clubs, the toy sports things, the balls, the football. I mean, he was into all of it and knew everything about it. I mean, like at the age of 4 or 5, talking. And we were like, oh my goodness. And that was his thing, that sports. Like, that was just, oh, he could talk you to death about that sports. And mind you, at this time, we weren't doing the internet and had the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. I'm like, how does he know this information? Where is he getting it from? What channel is he watching? But we did have cable. So those are some of the things that were coming up, that we were encountering and still didn't know what we were up against or anything. And then eventually his mom took him to the doctor, and the doctor was asking some questions and asking questions that we hadn't even identified or noticed, like, does he line his toys up in a row? And we're like, I don't know. We weren't paying attention to it. But once the doctor shared that with us, then we start paying attention, like, oh, he does line them up in a row. That never stood out to us. We just thought he was being neat or playing. You understand? They in the parking lot. I don't know. Making up a reason for it or whatever. What else? It was something else. He did ask us, does he look at us when he's talking to us? And we were like, no, but we understood, after sharing these things with the doctor, he shared with us, um, about autism, the spectrum. And I think it was getting close time for him to go to kindergarten. And so it was time to get him in kindergarten or preschool, one of those. I know it's time, it was school age or whatever. And we were having difficulties with getting him to go to school, just his behavior at school. He just, and he was an only child at the house. So he didn't have to share anything with anybody, do anything, and he's I want to say the prince, because all of us catering to him, you understand? So we were thinking he just being spoiled rotten. But anyways, we got past all that, and once we got him into school or whatever, and um he did in kindergarten, he didn't do a full day, it would be a half a day, and sometimes it'd be half of a half a day, just a couple of hours. But eventually, we got through it and we were learning, and the doctor helped out a lot. Not school, but the doctor helped out a lot, with expectations and things like that. And that was my introduction to autism, and it was like, just be patient, be patient. And it was like, oh, because old school, growing up, like, oh, he just being stubborn. All right, sit him in a corner, give him a timeout. You know what I'm saying? Whip him. Believe me, we did not whip him. But we was doing timeouts for real though. And but we made it through. And like I said, he's a grown man now. He's in his 30s and quite successful, actually, as a coach of a basketball team, that part, at a college. Actually, he's assistant coach at a college of a basketball team, which is absolutely fantastic. Like, I am so proud of him. And I'll share more information about him, but I just wanted to share how I got interested in autism, or how I was introduced. Let's say that. That's how I was introduced to autism, because I didn't know anything. And all these different behaviors that was happening, I'm like, he being stubborn. All of us, saying he being stubborn. Even his grandmother's like, he gonna have to stop doing that. Well, sit in that corner. You know what I'm saying? Sit there and don't you move. And him having a fit and all that stuff. And then we learned. We slowly but surely learned. Yes. And thank you for listening to my story on how I was introduced to autism. Have a great day. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe and share with other people, please, and like the videos. And if you have any questions or comments, please, please put them in the comments. I'll go to or email me and I'll respond to the emails. I'll go to my webpage and you can set up a one-to-one with myself, okay? And we can discuss some things. All right, have a great day and thank you for watching my video.